Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 now between Team Secret and Newbee. We just saw Game 1, and indeed Newbee looking to be an incredibly strong and dominant force, and Team Secret at the start of a day that came after a very, very hard time for them is not looking to be off to the starts that they would have hoped for, of course. This painful loss already. Game 2, Andy, I can't help but feel that we're yet again going to need to see something a little bit different from Secret, because that last game just did not cut it.
I feel like it's a combination of things, right? When you pick the draft that Secret had in Game 1, you know that Newbee are going to be the ones who are pressuring you. They pick Undying, they pick Nyx, they have Timber, they want to play aggressive. You know what their game plan is. And a lot of the time in that game, Secret were looking to make moves around the map. You know, they got a couple of towers, it was seemingly okay, but the team fights were just always not really there. There was no damage. You know, KP was being a huge nuisance on his Nyx assassin, and after a while, Newbee just get farther and farther ahead because their heroes are all well equipped to fight at that stage in the game, where Secret, they basically had to outplay in order to be able to win those engagements, and unfortunately they weren't quite at that level. So maybe they need to change the draft a bit. Maybe they just need to change how they're playing with their heroes instead of trying to go head-to-head with Newbee with a draft that I personally feel is much better if you let it go, you know, 20 more minutes instead of trying to fight into the just ridiculous farm advantage that Newbee had at one point. And of course, it's easier said than done. You have a Beastmaster, you have a Mirana, you have ways to disengage fights, you have a Void Core. I feel like they could have drawn it out a little bit longer and maybe not put so much pressure on themselves to control the game. But, yeah, that's Game 1. It's in the books. For any of the Secret fans out there, I just talked to Knoxville between games. There is still an opportunity for Secret to place in the top 4, and it's only because of the extreme difference in the top and low end of the group. So if you look at the top, it's like 9-1 or 8-1, and then the bottom of the group is just like 2-8 right now, or 1-9, something similar to that. So because there's such extreme differences, there are only 3 or 4 teams who are kind of in the middle of the pack. Obviously, Newbee was one of them coming into this. Right now, they're sitting at 6-5, whereas Secret now, that makes them 3-8. So they're looking at, if they win this game, and some other teams who are in the middle ground lose, they still could potentially get top 4, but there will guarantee to be tiebreakers if that situation.
But if they lose this game,
they lose this game, then it's real bad.
And then there's still a chance?
I don't know if it's 100%,
okay,
but I think it's pretty sure that it's pretty sure that they're going to be stuck in the lower bracket.
Our draft underway. Similar things to the start of last draft. Difference here being Secret will ban the Moo Timbersaw, and understandably so as well. Moo had quite a remarkable game. I think he only ended up dying the once that last match. Had a great time in lane. Even though at the start we did see that Envy was able to keep an edge with the Razor, it's never going to be enough to slow down a Timber's flow. And Moo able to just kind of carry forward in the game and get those early Bloodstone charges built up. And yeah, you just would rather not deal with a Timbersaw kind of messing around with you. It
was either that, I think, or a Nyx ban, honestly. That hero just did so much last game. It was very, very frustrating for Secret to deal with. But they're going to go for the steal the Shadow Demon away from Newbee. That was Newbee's first pick in the first match. And Newbee, in turn, just say, you know what? You guys played Mirana, we can play it too. And we know that we're also very flexible on the hero. We have a multitude of people who can play it. Things just pretty wide open. I'm wondering if Team Secret want to take a similar approach, because as much as I thought the Razor was good against Timber in that game, I also kind of feel like when you have to buy bots first on a hero like Razor, when you know the game is going to be fast tempo, it almost seems like kind of a waste of money, because you bot to a lane, and what happened to Envy? He died, right? He bots the top, he's sitting by a tier 1 tower, he gets ganked by the Nyx, and I feel like you might want to save that for like a niche, I'm in a 4th or 5th pick Razor to make sure that I get a super hard counter and I know that I'm going to have a good game on the hero. But Secret, they're going to get their hands on the Luna that they themselves banned in the first game when Newbee were the ones who were first picking up that Shadow Demon. This is already a different approach. Because you're not playing around the team fight wombo combo anymore. You're playing around, okay, we have Lunar Blessing, so we can group up as 5. We have pretty decent laning phase, because Shadow Demon Luna is not too terrible. Just depends on if Newbee want to go their Undying +1 and try to meet this lane head on, and that will still give Team Secret some time to adapt.
Another tailored plan from the last game. Newbee actually taking away the Fatus Void that we saw Arteezy play.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. They've already picked a support, and to be honest, we could even be looking at Newbee's support duo right now. And if you already have a Shadow Demon, which is a hero that saves, you have less incentive if you're Newbee to pick up the hero yourself, and I think the Newbee are the type of team who want to play a faster tempo than taking Void in the first place. They just know that Team Secret has a tendency to pick the hero, and you can still run it, like you said, Bulba can play the hero, and then you have good control. Luna with the Eclipse is great damage inside of team fights, and the synergy between them is actually fairly good, and it doesn't look like Newbee just want to deal too much with that, so good ban. Ban for sure.
I mean, do you think we'll see Team Secret take away anything else from Newbee that we saw them bring out game one? Kotl will be a hero that we did see yesterday. This is a hero that, you know, get that early Aghanims timing, and the self-sustain on the high ground pushes can be absolutely insane.
It is a bit silly, and I think with the type of opening that they have, you know, Luna, Shadow Demon, unless you're picking this mid hero with really high kill potential, you're probably not going to be seeing too many rotations out of Secret, and Kotl can just give you so much out of the early game in regards to greed. Like, you can be stacking your jungle, you can, you know, give chakra to whatever lane you want to ensure that they can continually spam waves during the mid game, like you mentioned. If you do get a good start, you get the Ags, and it honestly is such a game changer that you can end a game in 20 minutes. Even in a normal scenario, or if it was any other hero, there would be no way you could breach aggro that early. So he does offer a tremendous amount to any composition. And Newbee, going to take away the Kunkka. Obviously, SC Kunkka is a support pairing that we've seen before. I think eHome were the ones who ran it the most up until this point. But
yeah,
Kunkka,
I mean, Puppy's been playing the Kunkka quite a bit as well this tournament.
Yeah, that's very true. But he's kind of come into the limelight just because of his ability to get guaranteed initiation, and also the fact that you can do stuff like bottle abuse, TPing back to base, getting X marked back. The utility that that hero has is pretty darn good.
Turn to pick.
Oh, the joke ban for Secret, and the hero that obviously how it probably is his. Would you say the Jug is Hao's best? Or is there anything else that you feel is Hao's hero? Because Jug is certainly up there.
He plays a lot of stuff really well.
Yeah,
I think Weaver and Jug are definitely up there. Maybe Luna as well. They're the ones where, like, when he's in a pinch, you know, he plays one of those heroes, and it just seems like it fits his style so well. But I think, in my opinion, he's one of the more well-rounded carries. He plays everything really well.
I'm pretty strong against the Luna.
Yes.
Yeah.
5 seconds
I wouldn't actually hate Weaver here for Newbee right now. Just looking at their hero. Okay, maybe not now, because that's a super all-in. Dude, you know what this reminds me of? I'm looking at these first 3 heroes. Keep in mind, 1437, aka Theban, does do coaching for Team Secret. This is an LGD int lineup. Like, back when I don't even, were you commentating back then?
I wasn't alive.
I think you were actually like 9 months old when that happened.
Was that what, TI3? TI2?
TI3, yeah.
It was TI3. I saw TI3.
Shadow Demon,
I collected the cards.
Shadow Demon Shen was like one of the bread and butters of that lineup, and 1437 played on that lineup back then, so it was pretty terrifying. And they also did the early grouping up 5-man around Luna as well. It's a little bit of a blast from the past. Very effective strategy still. And once again, why I was saying in the first game, it's like the amount of strategies right now that are available in Dota 2, there have never been more viable styles of play than there are right now.
Yes.
It makes it a lot more enjoyable to watch, because sometimes you just don't know what a team's going to do until you see the 5th pick, and then you're like, oh, all right, that's what they're doing.
It's just a question of whether Secret are able to find one of those viable styles here. We'll see.
I mean, I'm okay with the Puppy Chen. I'm down with that.
Dude, Puppy Chen.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Newbee going to take the route of the Bat Rider. Obviously something that can be very good in dismantling a push. You get one lasso target, and if you're fast enough before the Shadow Demon Disruption comes out, you can stop the push just by getting one pick. Very helpful.
10 seconds
also a hero that is probably not going to be contested too much if it wants to go back into the jungle, because I'm assuming right now it's probably going to be off lane. That's going to be the KP hero, I would imagine. And there's the Nyx. Snap pick after the Bat Rider. Super strong hero against, you know, Elder Titan and Bat. It feels like Team Secret are trying to give Newbee a bit of their own medicine here. Like, the Nyx is so disruptive. Elder Titan Spirit, Bat Rider Firefly, there's so many things that you can spike carapace this game. It's a great pick right now for Secret.
I mean, who do you feel Secret are going to pick for Envy this game? I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what Newbee is scared of Envy playing.
I mean, honestly, when I see these types of lineups, I always think of stuff like Dragon Knight, but I mean, Dragon Knight's naturally good against Elder Titan because Dragon's Blood isn't base armor. You know, it's a hero who naturally builds into Armlet and BKB, which is really good against Newbee's draft. It helps you go high ground, but I don't know if Envy's a DK player. I mean, DK is super simple, But
Team
at the same time,
Secrets turn to ban.
you do have to have some sort of comfortability on a hero in order to warrant picking it at a stage this big, so we'll see. It definitely is going to be something that going to want to supplement the push a little bit, I would imagine.
10 seconds remaining.
Newbee, how's the hero that we need?
5 seconds remaining.
He could already banned his jug. You mentioned the Weaver earlier. You feel that that's still not a that's not a hero because of the play style of Secret here.
Yeah, it's harder to run now because you know Secret are going to be running at you with a lot of heroes, and Weaver needs some time. They may have enough D-push, though, between the Elder Titan, Batrider, and Mirana to buy the time for the Weaver that he needs. And also is very, again, dependent on the laning phase and how that turns out. Like, can Secret get rotations with their Chen and their Shadow Demon? Can they win the lanes hard enough to start pressuring and force Newbee into a defensive position? Because that's definitely what you want to do with their lineup. You don't want to take it super late.
A very important ban here from Puppy. They need a win, Secret. As you said, there's still a chance
Team
for them to get
Secrets
themselves to
turn
that
to
upper
pick.
bracket. As certain situations fall into place, ban will be on the Ursa.
Interesting ban. Although it's one of those things where if you know you're going to be 5-manning a lot, Ursa is that hero who can sneak
10
Roche by
seconds
himself.
remaining.
So say, you know, Team Secret push the safe lane tier 1 and House sees that that's going on.
5
He decides,
seconds
oh, I'm just going to kill
remaining.
Roshan. And then when you get Roshan, you might be able to take one fight because you have that Aegis and it can stop the push. And
Reserve
if you
time.
happen to win that fight, it really puts a wrench into Team Secret's game plan. So that could be the thinking behind it. Ooh,
Newbees turn
okay.
to pick.
So we're going to see a switch around and Envy play the Luna safe and RTZ will go mid on the Invoker?
That would be my immediate assumption, yes.
Because we're not going to get an Envy Invoker, are we?
I don't know.
Surely not.
I mean, he's played
Surely not.
he's played
10
Batrider, so I
seconds
don't know
remaining.
if he's played Death Prophet. I don't know if he's going to play Invoker. I would say that
5 seconds
TZ
remaining.
Surely,
definitely
we want
way
to see
more
the art.
experience.
Yeah, you got to put art on.
I don't want to be saying like this is some
Reserve
fanatic
time.
Mushi Invoker. You know what I mean?
5
That's just
seconds.
that would make me uncomfortable.
That's a new one. That's
That-
a new hero. We haven't had a
is-
spec yet, have we?
That is so ballsy.
I don't think we've had a spec.
That is so ballsy.
House Spectre, indeed, Envy is going to be back on that farming safe lane. Luna and Artur on the Invoker. I did read a comment on a forum where very smart people post, and someone said, Puppy, just frickin' pick RTZ Invoker, and he's done it.
All right,
He has done it.
confirmed. We're not the only people who read Reddit.
I was going to say, if Secret win, that Redditor was right. Just pick Artur Invoker. But it's a big if. Secret looking to break the lost streak. And Newbee, a new hero, the House
is-
Spectre. And this is talking
10
about House
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
Spectre certainly was one of them.
It is. It's just been not really looked at a whole lot
5
during the
seconds
TI6 group
remaining.
stages so far. And a lot of it just has to do with the pacing of the game. There is some validity to the pick, though, because if you think about it, you know, you look at IO Bat and you say, okay, these heroes are a very good combination because you just get a lasso and then you relocate. Well, the same thing can be said for
Prepare
Spectre.
for battle.
Anytime there's an engagement on the map and you know that you're going to outnumber them with a haunt, you can just go for it. You can just go in and you can say, look, I have max stagger, I got 2 points in a desolate with my haunt, level 7, I got like phase. I'm just going to punch people, right? And it's still pretty good. Concern is that if Secret get ahead and the Spectre's not finding the farm, game's going to get real rough real fast. It can look very similar to what game number 1 was for Secret, where they started getting behind and they just couldn't find the damage to get kills and they couldn't take fights. Newbee can be forced into that position. It just relies on Secret executing their game plan very early on.
Oh boy, this is going to be quite a game 2 of the series between Secret and Newbee. As we have indeed seen these exciting change-ups in his draft
30
and position
seconds
being
to
playing. Just checking, of course, how he is rocking his signature Spectre set. Very nice to see on the cosmetics.
You know you're pretty good at a hero when you have your own set.
Absolutely, that's got to be scary for the opponent. And lane-wise, from both teams, are we going to see anything aggressive, or is it again going to be both teams just kind of letting the offlaners deal with the tri-lanes?
I don't think Luna and maybe
The
if it was
battle
against
begins.
a weaker tri-lane, maybe
Yeah.
Secret would decide to go aggressive, but even then, Luna's just a very mediocre aggro hero. I think it's a lot safer to just let your Chen and Shadow Demon do their thing, try to find rotations. Well, it's going to be the Moo Bat, by the way.
Ubat and the DKP offlane Marana.
This is something that we've seen a handful of times too. It's not so much, but I think it makes a little bit more sense for this game because you know that the roaming Marana is probably not going to be able to accomplish a whole lot against a hero like Chen. I mean, best case scenario, what you arrow is creep, and then the creep dies. I mean, that's okay, but I think he can still move around the map, be a nuisance, try to stop the Shadow Demon and Chen from getting together. And it's not a huge deal if he doesn't get a lot of farm.
I can see at the moment. I mean, the matchup then that RTZ's got in the mid lane against Bat is how's Invoker expected to fare here? I mean,
I think it's probably slightly favored for Invoker after the first few levels. But like levels 1 to 3, I'd say Bat probably has an advantage. And then, you know, once Artor starts getting more points into Exort, gets Cold Snap and whatnot, then he can start actually fending off the Bat Rider. But for the first few levels, since you don't have any spells, he kind of just does what he's doing now, just stacks Napalm and just punches you.
obviously looking at the safe lane of Newbee, how on Spectre. Just have Bulba's presence up there. I mean, how much could a Nyx Assassin do to slow down a Spectre's early game farm?
I don't think he's going to be able to necessarily slow down How too much, but he's also not really feeling like he's in any danger. It's a Lion and the Elder Titan support. They're not really going to be able to kill him, especially since he already has enough money to get his own Poor Mans. Like, he wasn't even pooled. He just has a full set of Tangos and has the healing salve on top of that, so he will be getting a pretty good amount from here.
Bulba chunking into Chuan. As we can see at the moment, also Marana has headed over KP just to find what she can from the jungle. Stacking up the camps as well. Puppey to grab the top rune, or at least try for it. We're going to see Newbee come and try and look for the contest. The arrow's not going to connect. Moo, flying forward. He's got a troll trap on Puppey, and he'll actually get it down onto Moo. The turnaround's there from RTZ. He rotates across, and they'll take first blood. Secret, finding the first kill of the game. Newbee still hanging around. KP, he's got another arrow at the ready, but RTZ chunks him back, and that's the start that they needed, Secret.
Getting that kill on the Bat Rider, giving it to Puppey. First rotation successful, gets the rune, gets the kill. Puts Artor at level 4 right now, so he's going to be ahead of the Bat Rider by about a half of a level. That's a huge deal for them. Also, look at the farm difference right now between the Luna and the Spectre. You know, I didn't think Sam was going to be that disruptive to this lane, but he's still causing some issues.
And of course, as we see, Envy's just getting the free lane.
That was such a nice stun. That stun pulls the creeps away from the pole camp, and so instead of getting his entire like double wave denied, he's gonna get fully XP from all the melee creeps and the ranged ones, which are obviously even more important. Like, he's honestly playing this lane super well right now.
Mid lane,
that's dead again.
Again, the rotation from Puppey comes through. Again, another troll summoner. 2 of them, in fact, and that does the job.
That's the dream. That is, against the Bat Rider, that's like the best possible creep combination you can get, is multiple Warlords. Or Dark Troll Summoners, excuse me. They used to be called Troll Warlord somethings, I'm sure, at one point.
That's a hero, Andy.
Shh, not a Warcraft 3. I mean, it was, but they were called something different. 3.
2-0 start for Secret. It's already feeling to be a little bit of a different flavor to the games that we're used to seeing Secret playing over the last 2 days. RTZ. Those kills under his belt, having a very strong start in the mid lane, as you said, between the 2 safe laners, How and Envy. The edge is there. Will he continue to see if this was the answer all along? Just Cartesian Invoker, put him in the mid. And Secret are able to maybe find a bit more success. Puppey, it's a haste rune, and he has got a troll summoner. We'll see if he's able to find another kill. He's looking at Moo. He's going to lead in RTZ, trying to close the gap. Cold snap down Moo, fire flying away. Kaka with a stomp to disengage Secret. Still stick around. Chuan hits the stun off onto Puppey. They can't follow through to finish him off. Still has that haste rune. Pie's there to back up the side of Secret as well. And Newbee, they'll keep Moo alive this time. Unable to kill anyone on Secret though, as Puppey takes down his own creeps.
He's still just creating a lot of space. He's going mid, he's just forcing the Bat back over and over again. You can see the difference reflected in the CS now. Like, Arteezy's pulled ahead 16-9 versus the 10-3 of Moo. And as long as your Invoker's having a good time, he's not dying in lane, he's getting his farm, but Chen is still more or less doing his job. KP
actually headed down to the lane. Of course, Marana has been mostly in the own jungle of Newbee. He's level 4.5, he's just making the side push. He's going to do what he can to start to slow down Envy's farm, and indeed Envy, as we've been saying, having total free farm and a free lane down here. He's level 6. 34 for 13 on the CS. And pretty much at this stage of the game, all three lanes are going very, very well for Secret. Top lane, fantastic for Bulba.
Look at how much CS the Nyx has. He's got
23.
23 creep kills. This is so much.
What happened to the Secret we have for the last 7 games, and what have you done with them, Valve?
Well, they picked lanes that are actually going to win.
All
That's
right.
what they did. I think laning phase is super important right now during the group
Well,
stage.
this is the thing as well. In all of the losses, it could be said the Secret really did lose the laning phase in most of them. It
Yeah,
really was
exactly.
from the start that they were struggling.
They were putting themselves behind from a very early point.
I mean, if they kill Hao here, that's going to be very unsecret.
Well, unfortunately, he has phase boots and his reaction time is on point, so Paladai is not going to be able to close the gap fast enough to really get that kill. Can also see that now Moo recovering with some of the stacks. I'm a bit surprised, actually, that they go for the smoke on the carry instead of trying to go for the jungle stacks, because I think Batrider is always going to be a bit of a nuisance here if he can get this blink.
Just putting as much pressure on as they can. Puppy's going to wrap around. Actually going to get eyes onto Chuan. Chuan into Puppy. Puppy's under the invis. Chuan's unaware of what's going on, but he keeps himself back behind the tier 2. And Secret, and just gonna cement themselves up on this top lane for the time being, making sure Hao gets no farm and Envy continues to take it all. Bottom lane, Bulba, he switched it over. He's been given the safe lane to get that level 6, which he's now got online. Top lane, will now just try for the tier 1 push. Fortifications comes out from NewBee, but they're not going to be sending any heroes up here by the looks of it. Hal heads back to base.
They can't fight. Like, the NewBee don't have what is necessary in order to stop these types of pushes, unless they have like Haunt available, like 2 or 3 extra heroes around the area. Just because of the fact that Moo had a pretty bad start. He's not skilled last week yet. I think he's just holding on to the skill point for now and deciding if he's going to need it for the fight or not. But yeah, it's Secret pretty much just running this early game.
NewBee with the 4-man KP. Just taking away Puppy's creeps. That's the second one he's done in quick succession. Took away a troll summoner around the tower as well. A Secret. I mean, what is it? What is the next play here? Is it the fact that Bulba with the level 6? Can we expect to see some rotations from the Nyx assassin?
Yeah, he's the one who's going to start gathering that information. He's going to walk around the map in Vendetta. You got the max Impale. A Sunstrike with the Nyx also guarantees a kill, more or less. I mean, maybe, let's see, who's tanky enough to live through that? Batrider has the infused raindrop, so he'll probably be able to live. And how? Any other hero's dead. So.
You see, down bottom runes being taken, mid lane. Secret starting to get together for a push. Bulba reveals himself onto Kaka. Gonna need a Sunstrike. We're gonna get it, but Kaka stopping for the stomp. The Sunstrike won't connect. Secret using the space to look for the tier 1 mid, and they should just about find it. Any kind of a deny coming out. Chuan gets it. Nice little cheeky play from the Lion.
The thing that Secret have to be very careful of is not getting isolated and allowing... Oh boy.
Can they do anything with this? Yeah, Hao wants to join in. There's going to be a horn. Oh, Bulba just coming in with a spy carapace, stopping NewBee from wanting to move in and jump on Artor. So Hao unable to find any action with that first haunt usage.
That's actually really bad, because now they can go from lane to lane with the Chen and just take towers. Because Haunt is the one utility that Secret have to be really scared of when they're split up, and a Haunt comes in and there's one extra hero there, whether it be the Batrider, an arrow lands, or whatever. And that can just be a quick pick, and then Secret have to back off. But with that hero being without ultimate, it's a really long cooldown, right? 140 seconds at level 1, so well over 2 minutes. It just gives Secret so much more time to get these tier 1s off the map.
Is under attack.
It's easy. Looking for Moo. Cold snap down. See if we can do this one. Bulba's coming in as well. There's a Moonlight Shadow. They'll pop the stun. They have a Sunstrike. They don't have detection though. Moo's going to be fine. No more AoE that Secret can throw out as he backs himself away. Now he'll be thrown back just to make sure the Secret don't chase. And Moo, he just walks it off thanks to the Moonlight from KP.
That is some space created. That is attracting almost, 4 heroes from Secret. Saves your tier 1 because Puppy was the only person remaining from the team up there trying to get the push done. He needs to be careful. I think he might be dead.
I believe the stomp to set this one up. Tron, he's got a lot of disable. There's going to be a TP coming through, but Puppy, he's already dead. And now the Hex from Tron onto Pi. Not going to be able to chase Pi down. He's fine. Puppy, of course, isn't. It's NewBee. Holding their ground at the same time, bottom lane, Secret are looking for a tier 1 pie, just coming in and playing around with Newbee. KP's got a haste and he's low on mana, so won't be able to jump in and punish the Shadow Demon. Secret unable to finish off the tier 1 bottom as well. It looks like Moo's presence on the bat was enough to stop the push. So Newbee getting their first kill on the board, 2-1. In a game that's 10.5 minutes in, not a lot of bloodshed. Both teams playing very, very carefully. As we can see farm-wise, top of the board, RTZ's Invoker 4.7k. How? He's on their second, but Envy's keeping himself very, very close with that Luna. But it has to be said though, How he wasn't having as much CS in the lane as Luna, but he is now ahead, so How's kind of recovered.
He's been farming a little bit of the jungle too, so in terms of just sheer value per creep kill, I think Envy is still ahead of him a bit. But there's also something that we need to keep in mind is that Moo almost has Blink. And when Blink Batrider comes out and you have Haunt on top of that with Moonlight Shadow, the amount of fights that Newbee can force.
Haunt needs to be careful. A setup from Bold, but into a Sunstrike would do the job. Chuan, yeah, he's coming down to the lane. If Bulb was able to close this gap.
Oh, he's so dead.
He absolutely is. Chuan. Oh, Bulba! That is not the stun.
He doesn't have invoke up. He can't invoke Cold Snap.
And that is not the Sunstrike either. And now with the arrow, Bulba's going to pay for his sins. How comes in with the Haunt. The stun from Chuan onto 2 and moves there. Has a lasso available. He may not even need it here. He'll play with Arteezy. There's a sentry down. Newbee there wants to carry detection. And just like that, a mess up from Secret hits them back hard as they lose 2 of their cores.
Oh God. That was not the play. Not the play. Especially after having such a good start, to miss that stun and have it be such a disaster, like losing your Invoker because of it, not getting the kill. And that was painful.
Here's where it all went wrong. Bulba gets the hit off. Chuan jukes it out with the swag. And as you said, Artur gets the Sunstrike off, but no invoke for the Cold Snap, and Chuan walks it off, and this perfect arrow into this stun. I mean, Arteezy's still sticking around, wondering if there's any kind of hope. He tries to get away, but Chuan says no. And Moo, he knows that lasso's not needed. He'll save on to that for the future. As How as well, the fact that the Spectre's there, the presence from him, getting himself involved in both of those kills.
Well, I guess on the bright side, Envy's farming the whole time. But in reality, that was a really big loss. I guess you can look to the Chen now to, with his army, maybe come help to push, but Moonlight Shadow here. Or excuse me, Smoke, not Moonlight.
With Moo's Blink, Observer down, so they can try and find an opening. Eyes onto Envy. Pi will be there ready with a defensive disruption if the jump's made onto the Luna. Newbee, they have everyone apart from the Spectre. No Haunt available. And of course still on cooldown for, what, 40 seconds. So indeed, How going to be available for this fight? Arteezy finds the tier 1. Secret still sticking around. Envy has Eclipse. We'll see if they want to push in for more. Puppy actually coming in with a creep army. He's lost the Hellbear Smasher. Secret wanting to try and get this push online. Newbee are going to be doing their best to stop it, and with the pings coming out, Secret back away, 2 TPs to the top lane. They'll leave it at that. Taking a tier 1. He's sure not to throw anything away. Bulba and Envy will look for some action onto How. How's already started to back up though, as Newbee realized the push from Secret isn't coming in any longer down bottom. They have the wards out as well, so they saw Secret reacting to the play and heading top. So How's not going to be caught out. Does have a Haunt now. So if Moo can get a jump onto Arteezy, How can get himself in with the rest of Newbee. But Arteezy backs away. Bulba looking around the jungle. There's a sentry down though. Bulba, there we have it. The jump on from Newbee. Chuan reacting immediately. Sentry wards winning games for Newbee at the moment.
It's getting real rough right now for Secret. They've lost a ton of momentum in this game. Like, they were winning the lanes, they got a tower, push down mid, they try to go for that one Lion kill, and everything just gets completely destroyed. Look at how much farm KP has right now.
I mean, and look at the build that he's going for as well. With 14 minutes in, phase boots, and he's nearly got the gold for Relic. He's got 3.4k on Spectre. So if he gets this Radiance timing, that's going to be absolutely devastating for Secret.
They needed to play a faster paced game. Like, you cannot just let Newbee continually farm at this rate. With your heroes, you need to get more done out on the map. Like, Secret are definitely feeling the pressure right now. They're trying to find something that they can do to influence the map in some way. Problem is, Newbee already have almost all the core items they need.
And Chuan, 1500 towards a Blink Dagger. There's a lot of things on the horizon. Bulba, just see if he can find a setup. How? Behind his teammates though, 4 of them on Newbee. Group 2 up around mid lane. It's hard for Secret to find a jump in here. Bulba teasing himself in. They really want to try and find a fight. It's so hard for them to do so in Secret. The smoke wearing off, they just can't find the angle to jump in. And Newbee are going to be A-OK here in the mid lane. No initiation from Secret. As Newbee just stop the push and force them back. And at this point at How, yeah, he's picked up the relic. That first hurdle has all been climbed for How. And this Radiance is going to be a very, very respectable timing this game.
I'm kind of asking myself right now, is Secret are even capable of breaking Tiger?
Oh, well, Moo, he's capable of breaking Puppy's neck. Jumps in. Chen's down. Secret. The rest of them retreat. And indeed, in a game where Secret have shown their strength for a little bit in the laning stage, Newbee have been quick to punish them back. We are 16 minutes in, 5 for 2. Arteezy's still at the top, and indeed, Envy's farm is there. But we're seeing mistakes from Secret being punished immediately by Newbee.
But the Luna is not the hero that's going to really change the influence of the game, you know? The whole purpose of the Luna in this lineup is to group up with the Chen and hit towers. That's all you want to do. Because when you go late game against Spectre and you're playing Luna, you're not going to have a great time. Because he's going to kill your supports super fast, like Chen and Shadow Demon will just get annihilated. And then you have the situation where, okay, we got a Nyx who probably doesn't do any damage to the Spectre, and the Invoker might be able to do some work, but I'm really concerned that, you know, Secret, with their start, they're meant to be playing from ahead. They're not supposed to be in an even game against a Spectre, the Batrider who has playing Chuan, who almost has playing gets 17 minutes on a position, you know, 4 or 5 Lion. Like this is not the ideal situation for them at all. So Newbee now have the Haunt available in about a minute, multiple Blink Daggers. They can just take fights whenever they want. They have almost no fear right now.
How's KP? How close is KP to the Ags? Yeah, he's pretty much got it done, hasn't he? Yeah, 150 gold, and Mirana Ags will be online. And as you said, in regards to the Horn, I was just wondering if he's going to have Radiance by the time. Probably not.
He might.
But it's going to be close.
Yeah, he might be close.
By the time that stage, he's going to be very close to having the full Radiance gold. Top move. Especially around with Bulba towards the bottom.
I mean, they just tried for a Roshan sneak and immediately just get scouted out by Kaka.
And top lane, Bulba. Now she's going to find Moo. High's coming with the dust. And Moo goes for the AFK play, accepts his fate. Secret will find the kill.
He did spend his money before he died, so now he has Force on top of his Blink Dagger.
Talking about Blinks, Chuan's got his picked up from the shop. The little old lion ready to get those jump-ins.
An article of faith.
This game at the moment, though, 18.5 minutes in, certainly is closer than in game 1. Secret still with a chance in this one.
Yeah, they have a chance, but the longer the game goes and Secret continue to not get objectives, the harder it's going to be for them. The weight is going to shift, like how good the Chen and the Nyx are in this game. It's going to shift all onto the Invoker pretty much, and then the Luna, at some point, maybe if she gets like a tremendous amount of farm, can kind of contribute, but otherwise it's a very one-dimensional draft from Secret. You know, you group up as 5, you use the Nyx to scout out for kills. You can maybe get a kill with a Vendetta plus a Sunstrike, which is nice. And then if you go to the ultra late, you have the Shadow Demon to fall back on with the Luna Illusions and try to push that way, which is all fine and good. But Newbee just has such good ways of controlling the map. Moonlight Shadow, Haunt, Batrider with a Blink, a Lion with a Blink. Their ability to pick just stop you from really ever getting to their base. That's the problem.
You know, what do you think about this as well? I mean, in a game where you're the Secret were maybe wanting to push the pressure up the tempo, Bulba has picked up a Midas for Nyx Assassin rather than anything like the Blink or the Force early on.
Well, he recognizes how hard it's going to be for them to find anything right now, and he could just be under the mentality that if I get a Blink Dagger and this Blink Dagger does not do anything for me, then I am just super far behind because I don't have an item that allows me to get farm. Blink doesn't result in a kill, it doesn't result in getting me a tower, and that doesn't keep me relevant. He wants an item to make sure that he's going to stay relevant. And Midas is pretty much that item on Nyx. And it's not even the first time that it's been picked up here at the TI6 group stage. A lot of Nyx players do this. When they feel like the tempo of the game is slowing down, but you want to play fast tempo, you buy a Midas to make sure that since you're not playing the game you want, you're at least minimizing the damage that's dealt by not being able to find kills.
Aghanim's is now complete for Arteezy. We're also yet to really see him turn up to the fights, as he has been focusing on the farm. And it's kept him comfortably at top with the Midas. 20 minutes in, it's good item timings for the Invoker. As an Arcane Rune as well, I mean, it would be nice for them to try and fight, but at the same time, it is into a Howl that's level 11 with Radiance complete. Haunt is available.
This is so terrifying. Like, your Invoker is super farmed, which is great, but the Invoker can't win the game alone. Like, he needs some kind of supporting cast. So the farm war, I don't really think is going to be favoring Secret that much. And Newbee are just in this position where they're happy with the space that they're given. You know, KP has Aghanim's done, and he's more than halfway to blink. Like, this is an off-lane Mirana who pretty much walked around for the first couple of minutes and just threw arrows out randomly, and now he's got, you know,
8K now. I mean, he's nearly as rich as both Envy and Howl.
Yeah, exactly. This is the issue because of the fact that Envy and the Invoker are both splitting up more or less the same side of the map. Like, it's forcing Artor to go into these dangerous positions, and when he goes to those positions, he has to play super scared because he recognizes, you know, Newbee are off the map. Obviously, we see that they're smoked right now looking for some kind of pick. But it's difficult to play this style because the Luna needs the safe side of the map. The Invoker has to farm the dangerous spots. And if the Invoker starts dying, the game becomes increasingly difficult. But yeah, Newbee not able to find anything with this smoke, which is definitely a good thing for Secret.
Yeah, I guess in terms of taking Roche, that's something that Secret don't have to be worried about Newbee doing too much. Don't necessarily have the quickest lineup for it. Secret themselves, I mean, if they get in the pit, I guess once Luna's got a bit more of a build on her hands, Envy can chunk through the Roshan, but at the same time, Newbee have got a very good lineup for fighting around it. So.
Well, Newbee just don't do any damage to Roshan. That's their problem. They don't have a hero who hits the boss very well. Whereas Secret, they can do it extremely safe because they have the Chen. Chen creeps can just tank and you just kill it. Takes a while, but can be done.
Top lane, they're looking for Arteezy. Moo jumping in. Gotta close the gap for the lasso. The napalm slowing him down, and they've got him. In they go. Arteezy brought down.
Yeah, they're being forced. This is exactly what I said. It's just because he has to be up here. Envy cannot farm this side of the map.
Maybe Bobber can find KP. Got eyes on it. It's just Bobber and Puppy. Well, with the TP in from Envy, they might have a chance for finding a kill. They'll look towards Kaka. Envy's presence as well. They'll burst down the Elder Titan. So Secret find a kill in return. Still, though, is the trade that Newbee come out on top of. Envy's still saving up the gold on the Luna as well. He's got 3.5k. Is he just looking for BKB?
Yeah, he needs a BKB.
BKB straight.
In order for their game plan to be executed, he needs magic immunity. If he buys the Manta, then they're going for the later game.
Oh, 20 wants to go on. Envy jumped with a finger on KP! Bursting down the Luna immediately. Secret, they did have two in the sidelines, but not a chance or a millisecond for them to react to that jump from Chuan.
That was brutal. He just died super fast.
Bulba, is he going to be able to avenge Envy? He's looking for Chuan. KP is still there. They've got a Sunstrike. They'll punish the little bugger. Chuan taken down, but Chuan, he's giggling all the way to his grave. He killed Envy, and that is the kill that Newbee will be happy with.
Killing both cores back to back. Really good stuff from Newbee. Just, again, maintaining position in the game. Not forcing it too hard. They didn't have Haunt for any of those fights, so unfortunately Howl was not able to go down there and make anything happen. But he's still farming away. 3-0 right now. He's only about 2,000 net worth behind the Invoker, and KP is actually just hot on his trail in regards to farm. Dude, this guy is like... I think every Mirana that I've seen...
It's ridiculous how farmed he is.
They always get this way though, right?
Yeah,
Like, it just seems, as soon as you get the Aghanims, your GPM goes up to like 700 instantly, and it's like, alright, well, got every item in the game now, boys, because I finished my Aghanims.
Oh, Moo. That's going to be Demonic Purge, but Moo turns around, just goes for a lasso onto Pylai Die, straight into Kaka's Earth Splitter. Secret losing heroes across the map. Newbee slowly but surely break away with kills. 8 for 5 on lane. Again, Chuan with the jump in onto Puppey. How turns up for the fight as well. Puppey he's going to be able to heal himself up. And now look at the turnaround. They'll take Bulba. Puppey TPs, but he says, actually, I'm going to stick around for this. Eyes onto How. How will get away, but nicely played there. And not quite enough damage to bring down the Chen. I mean, Puppey's got the mech, has the hood, pretty much saved his backside there.
Yeah, they're a super tanky team, but this is just by nature of how Secret like to play the game. They farm on pretty much all of their heroes, except for whatever Pi is playing.
Bulba. He's got eyes on KP. RT's just a little bit too far away to help. Maybe a combo and a Sunstrike could do a fair bit, but
it's not going
to
to
kill
kill.
KP. Yeah, 1500 HP.
There's no way it kills.
Let's see what Bulba does. He's just keeping the vision up. Eyes onto KP, just in case KP does move down for the creep wave, but it's not going to be the case.
But, you know, Secret are maintaining a pretty good level of farm. It's not as if they're falling behind by how much they're getting out of the map. It's that they're falling behind because their lineup is meant to be doing something at this stage in the game, not farming. I mean, sure, the Shadow Demon disruption illusions during the late game with Endy are going to be, you know, fairly potent. It's just about Spectre's ability to get in the fight and just kill Highlight Die and kill Puppey extremely fast, and it's going to be very hard for them to compete with that during the late game, just how good Spectre can be in those situations. But with the BKB almost being done on Envy, I think he's actually sending it out now. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's complete.
Yeah, so the BKB is done. They might look to try to do something with this, because Arteezy, you know, he's got Max Exort, he's got his Aghanims done. He may look to finish the Lincolns before they do anything else, and that Sentry and Observer combo is going to scout him out. So Newbee are going to be well aware of what's coming their way. But yeah, it's still at a state in the game where Secret, if they can take 1 or 2 good engagements, I think they can pull it back. It's about if they can get those engagements.
It really is at this point. And Pi is leading the way up here. Pings onto Tron. Backs up. He disperses the illusion. Pi's going to be able to deal with the sentry. Or at least one of them. The other one just out of range. Newbee. Actually have Moo leading across the map. They've actually got... They did spot Arteezy. Yeah, Moo's trying to close in onto the Evoker. Jumps forward. He's not going to get it. Arteezy. Lucky to have that Lincoln's. He only just picked it up. I believe it was literally delivered by the courier a second before Moo made the jump in. So very, very fortunate item timing pickup for Arteezy, which pretty much saved his life.
Without Lasso, Secret are going, we want to fight this. No Haunt either. This is our time.
Tron with a reaction there as he pops the dust, and that's going to mean that Bulba can't come up to the high ground and close it down. Bulba with the blink done now. And as you said, yeah, Secret forming a push down the mid lane. This is their chance to go high. With the McCabe's on the way as well. Secret, they will have a formidable push. Illusions out, Luna ready to go. Newbee, how are they going to stop this? Slowing it down with the stomp. Indeed, no how. Ult and no Luna. Sorry, no Lasso from Bat either. Moo and How limited at what they can offer to this defense, and it looks like they'll just have to leave it so Secret are able to take the tier 2. At the tower, more money into the pockets of Arteezy. And
they're
Secret,
gonna...
they're happy with that.
Yeah, they take the guaranteed advantage and they just back off. It's not really in their best interest to overextend at this stage, even though they really want to try to get more. Because they understand that if they do lose a really big engagement against Newbee's lineup, it's just devastating for their game plan.
You can see at the moment Pi in the mid lane trying to make a bit of a movement onto How. The illusions are screwing him over. Look at the damage. How just about to get out. No, he's going to go down. They've lost Bulba. Naka coming in. Can't quite finish up Pi move with the lasso into the finger from Tron. They'll bring down Puppey. KP jumping in the back lines gets himself a double kill. Arteezy and Envy the only ones left alive. Envy pops the BKB trying to get himself out. Tron can't quite get the stun onto Artur. Arteezy and Envy are able to retreat. Did kill How, but again, quite a cost for Secret, losing 3 heroes.
Yeah, it's actually worth, honestly, like 3 for 1. It's the 2,000 gold swing in favor of Newbee, and about the same in regards to experience. But you can just see, even getting that kill, and the fight starting off so well, knowing that the Spectre wasn't going to be there, just the difference in team fight impact, and their ability to kill heroes super, super fast. So Newbee, once again, kind of flexing their muscles here. the disruption and Soul Catcher versus the Spectre can be
it's disgusting.
It's devastating. Yeah, when especially if Pylai Dai manages to get up an Aghanims or something like that, and you're having the break on the dispersion as well.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how much damage this does.
Yeah, he gets,
with the penitence on him as well, he just melts.
Damage amplification is absolutely no joke, but the Air Splitter there from Kaka is kind of what salvaged it, right? It did so much damage to the supports on the side of Secret, and at that point, they just pretty much melt. And at the end, we'll see Chuan. He tries to go for the stun mana drain, but the stun actually hits before the mana drain animation, so instead of breaking the Linken's and stunning him, it just mana drained him as he walked away. So a little bit unfortunate. I'm not sure if they would have killed him anyway.
I can see at this point, RTZ comfortably breaking ahead now from KP and How. 16,500, 3k gap between them. Link Dagger's done as well, so RTZ he has all the tools at his dispersal to bring out the big plays and the big guns on his Invoker. And he absolutely needs to do that, as this proving to be a very, very close matchup here in Game 2. And a much better hope for Secret. But still, they by no means are the ones with the lead. It is Newbee that have this How. KP, insanely farmed at this point. Very evenly across the board. KP nearly with the completed BKB as well. How's got the Manta dump. Alright, pickups coming out for the cause. As Newbee, we'll be looking to do something up top. How has a Horn at the ready if Secret react and try and fight up by the top tier 1. Secret and D themselves, they're down bottom. See how far How comes out if he is spotted.
It's a very tense point in the game for both teams. They realize the importance of the next couple of engagements. But we haven't even really seen a Roshan kill, and it's been 32 minutes. That's how little action there's been. Because a lot of the time, if one big team fight breaks out, Almu, he sees the trees breaking here. Artori's going to back up.
Top tower is under
But yeah, it just goes to show how scared both teams are of really that one engagement, because if it goes badly for you, the game can just be flipped on its head. Because the Invoker is starting to get to the point where he's getting more points into Wex. His spell arsenal is going to only get stronger from this point, and he has the Aghanims and level 4 Invoke already. So that's when the Invoker truly comes into his own. This is more than anything a late game hero.
I wonder if the Smoker Secret's going to catch anyone out there. They're heading straight up top. They might find Chuan. Better pick would be Mu and Mu. Indeed, he's going to come straight into them here, but Chuan jumps in immediately onto Pylai Dai. How as well with the ult, and they got the lasso up onto Envy. Envy now with the BKB and the Eclipse. Looking towards Chuan, they'll take down the Lion. Chasing down Pylai Dai, they've lost one in return, and in fact, the Secret just looking to get themselves the hell out of there. Bulba escapes. Puppey, the TP will be cancelled just in time by Kaka's stop. They're jumping forward, Newbee. They're going to look to take a third from the side of Secret. Puppey is relatively tanky, of course, with the hood and the mech. Trying to walk it off. There's a buyback from Pi, trying to save the team. He glimmercates Puppey, but it's not going to be enough to save him.
No.
Pi's in trouble as well. This could be a dieback from the Shadow Demon, as Newbee taking everything from Secret. They'll find Pi. Arteezy's turned up looking for a turnaround, but Newbee, they back away. Can they find anything? Secret, Arteezy, no, can't get the lock on onto Mu. So Newbee, they lose the Lion, reacting absolutely perfectly to Secret smoke into the jungle there. They find 3, and then Pi dies back, and they kill him again.
Buyback. Not great. It's really, really not great. It's harsh being in those situations because you see an opportunity for you to, oh man, maybe if I buy back I can save this hero, and that would be really good for us because then the fight's not so lopsided in Newbee's favor, but end up losing the hero anyway, and you pay your own life. It's the save your buddy syndrome, and it is, it's really rough. The thing about that fight was...
They've seen him here. They know he's farming on his own. They've got the ward. Envy popped that BKB. Where's the BKB?
Oh, God. Not like this, Envy. Not like this. It was the Lion that jumped him. How could he ever think that BK... He might have misclicked, honestly. That's the only thing I can attribute that to. It had to have been misclicked. That hurts a lot. Like... That's going to be a guaranteed 1 tower at least. I don't know if Newbee feels super confident in going for Roshan, but they might do that afterwards.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Newbee with that pick off. Tier 1 will be falling from Secret on the top.
I mean, they have everything else. If anyone from Secret is lingering around this area, they need to get the heck out. Because Secret have Haunt, they have Lasso. They can just jump you very, very easily at this stage.
It really feels this could be a game that Arteezy just needs to carry everything on his shoulders.
He is Atlas this game. He needs to put the world on his back. That's what needs to happen.
He needs to go full Voldemort on him.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, smoke for Newbee. They're looking to fight once again. Getting the wraparound puppy. He's going to be the one to tank it by looks, but no, they jump in immediately onto Bulba. Ball comes down as well. KP in immediately with the Starstorm first. They've lost Bulba. Puppy's trying to get out. He's not going to be able to escape. Pylai falls on the back lines, and MV and Arteezy, the only ones left living, but maybe not for long. The stun for Tron, the flame break back, bringing Arteezy into the fray. A 4th kill for Newbee. And again, losing nothing. Envy is farming. But
Wait,
Newbee, they're already on their way over. Envy, you've got to run.
All they can do is farm.
You've got to run.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Envy, I think he realizes he may be dead. BKB, it's not in his repertoire.
Oh, God. All right.
Hold your ambitions.
It ain't pretty right now,
It's
Owen.
all falling apart once again for Secret.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Well,
attack.
I guess you can just attribute all that to the warding that Newbee have. I mean, they smoked up, they walked along the side of the river, and they dropped all those wards as they were going down.
Radiant's
And then as
middle
soon as they get
tower
that
is
one
under
team fight,
attack.
they were not expecting that Secret. It was just too fast. They went all the way from top, smoked across the map, knowing that
Radiant's
Secret would
middle
want to
tower
safely
has
farm
fallen.
their lanes and just try to push them back out before they try to make anything happen. And Newbee just make the call, right? How? Gonna eat a stun?
Camping, jumping in with the Starstorm, the stun onto Puppy in lots of trouble. In goes Hal, moving in immediately, rips the Chen to pieces. He's down, Moose jumped in, finds Pylai die. The double kill for Hal. Arteezy's back on with Bulba. That's about it. They need a big play, but Tron gets the job. The stun on the two. Bulba and Artor around Secret. They're done.
Radiant's
They're
middle
already
tower
dead,
has
Newbee.
fallen.
They're already dead.
Newbee.
My God. All right. So the beginning of this game actually looked like Secret were, they were pulling ahead. The Knicks got like way more out of this lane than I even expected, and just slowly but surely, Newbee were inching ahead their lineup. We always kind of figured it gets to this one stage, you're going to have the Spectre to fall back on. You've got like this crazy level of initiation, and you can just kind of see Secret right now are a bit out of sorts, and it's understandable. They felt like they had that game for a little while, but Newbee just played it so well. They didn't get caught out. They didn't let the 5-man Secret ever really